Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler. 1972 to 1975.
AL Divisional, A's at Rangers.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 1972-75 Carryover League. We are back in the American League today with a series, the American League Divisional Series round between the number 6 seed wild card Wild Things Cinderella Texas Rangers against the number 1 seed and probably best team in the entire league, the Big Bad Dynasty Oakland A's.
You've got mail.
Folks, this is the third time these teams have met. And let's kind of take a little refresher course here by looking at the postseason. So Oakland beat Texas 4-1 the first time they played this year. And then they beat them 3 more times. So they're 7-1 this year. When the Rangers aren't -6 against the Oaktown A's, the Rangers are presently, let's see here, 5 over 500. So they're 11 over 500 against everybody not named the Oakland A's, but that's the problem. Best of 7 in the divisional round. Of course, the format we use, adopted from the NBA, is the 2-2-1-1-1 format, so that Game 5 is in the team that holds a bye. Speaking of that, White Sox held a bye. The Giants did not. The Braves got the road series win. White Sox and Braves have advanced. And so it seems like Oakland should be able to do the same against the Texas Rangers unless weird stuff happens. Okay, let's go to Game 1. Game 1, it is Jim Bibby, the de facto ace of the aceless Rangers. They got 5 starters, doesn't matter what order they're in, really. But Jim Bibby gets to be number 1. I think alphabetical, maybe. Bibby, Paul Peronowski. No, Bill Hand should have been the number 2 then. Anyway, Jim Bibby is the ace, considered. He's going up against Catfish Hunter, who is undefeated. Let's take you to the bottom of the first inning. Campaneris doubles, Claudio Washington RBI single. After double play, Reggie Jackson rolls an injury. And Reggie is out of the game with an injury, with the A's leading 1-0. Interesting. Second inning, after 2 outs, LaHood singles. And Dave Nelson RBI single. It's a 1-1 tie. Stays that way. A's falling asleep. Stays that way into the 7th inning. You get a Joe LaHood double, RBI single, Dave Rader. It's 2-1. Top of the 8th inning, Mike Epstein of the Oakland A's. Oh, wait a minute. No, he's on the Rangers. So instead of Epstein's homer making it a 2-2 tie, Mike Epstein plays for the Rangers. So it's 3-1 Texas. See, that's what you do, folks. If you want to break up the dynasty, send their players elsewhere and help the teams who are trying to eliminate the dynasty. It's a 3-1 game. Bottom of the 8th inning, Mike Hegan does triple. Scores in a tennis sac fly to make it 3-2. 9th inning, the Rangers still at it. A single, a stolen base. They're starting to steal bases against the zero-arm Gene Tennis. Scores in a Dave Rader single. Names not associated with the Rangers are just plugging it in. Paul Lindblad out of the Paul Lindblad out of the Texas bullpen. Very reliable lefty setup guy. Comes on in, gets out of the 8th, into the 9th. Foucault strikes out Sal Bando to end the game. And your Texas Rangers get a road win in Game 1 of the American League Divisional Series. And Catfish Hunter has lost a baseball game, folks. That's his first loss of the year. He was 10-0. Catfish went 9 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. Bibby 7 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. So, what happens in Game 2? Surely the A's will be able to right the ship unless something weird happens. Game number 2. The Rangers come out. After 2 outs, you get a single by Dave Nelson. He steals a base, scores in a Burrows single. 1-zip. Then the A's get a couple singles and a sac fly in the 3rd. Then in the 3rd inning, by the way, after 2 outs, Reggie strikes out and gets hurt again. So Reggie had 1 at-bat in Game 1, got hurt, and they lost. Reggie hits into a double play, strikes out, and gets hurt here. Ouch, it's 1-1. Also, Claudel Washington grounds out and gets hurt there. Oakland's losing outfielders. They lost Reggie. They lost Claudel. It's plus injury. You guys play Strat-O-Matic, right? I hope you do if you're watching this channel. You roll plus injury, you know, that's it. Nothing you can do about it. Just shake your head and keep on playing, you know. Oakland goes to Rusty Torres in the outfield, Steve Oniveros, and Joe Rudy. They comprise the Oakland outfield. The Rangers get a triple by Mike Hargrove, scores on a Dick Billings single. Mike Epstein singles, Boots Day pinch runs, Frank Howard doubles, Joe LaHood pinch runs, Mike Hargrove singles, both pinch runners score. You don't see that very often for me. Double pinch runners scored. I think Epstein's a 1-8 and Frank Howard's a 1-8. Final score, Texas Rangers. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a story. We've been looking for a story in this season. We've had some nice stories. Pittsburgh Pirates, the world champs, got knocked out as a story. The Dodgers in last place. That's an interesting story. The Cubs, that's a great story. White Sox doing well. American League East stinks. That's a story. But the Texas Rangers go into Oakland, where Kenny Holtzman, who went 7 2/3 with 10 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts, loses to Mike Paul. Who? Mike Paul, 7 2/3, 8 hits, and 1 run. Kenny Holtzman and Catfish Hunter were 16-2 going into this series. No Vida Blue. They traded him. It's Hunter, Holtzman, and play for rain. And they lose both games at home to the Texas Rangers 4-2 and 4-1. Let's go to Texas for game number 3. It'll be Don Wilson, acquired in the Vida Blue trade. He and Al Downing. I'll just get right to this, folks. Oakland beats the snot out of the Rangers 8-1. Don Wilson, 7 2/3, 3 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. The best start of the year for Don Wilson, who had a losing record. These guys, all the guys in the Vida Blue trade struggled. Lynn McLaughlin, Vida Blue, Don Wilson, and Al Downing. All traded for each other, all struggling. Not today for Don Wilson and the Oakland A's, 7 2/3. He gets the win, beating Steve Perzanowski. Road teams won every game. Game number 4. Now it's Al Downing. Can Al Downing do the trick? He had a losing record. Oakland 5, the Rangers 2. And there goes my story. I had a story at the beginning of the video. It was an exciting one. It was about the Cinderella Texas Rangers shocking the planet, going into Oakland and smacking Catfish Hunter and Kenny Holtzman around. and Reggie Jackson hobbling off in a corner somewhere. Well, that story's over. The Oakland A's win 5-2. Al Downing, 7 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, none are earned. They beat Bill Hands. Yeah, folks, come on. This is the Texas Rangers here. Bill Hands, 8 innings, pitched okay, 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And so Game 5 in the NBA format, 2-2, 1-1-1 is going to be back at Oakland. Now the series is tied at 2 apiece, and the home team is yet to win a game. Well, the thing about the home team not yet winning a game would be put into practice here in a Game 5, because the Rangers, nobody can pitch on 3 days rest, which means it's number 5 starter David Clyde, 4-8 with a 5.01 ERA in 93 innings in 1973. And somebody has to be the worst pitcher in the league. It's David Clyde. He's going up against Catfish Hunter, who can pitch on 3 days rest, who might be the best pitcher in the league. 21-7, 2.04 ERA in 295 innings. It's right there, folks. Final score, Oakland 11, Texas 1. I'm not going to read the lines. I don't want to embarrass the kid. He just turned 18 like 3 months ago, went to his prom, and all of a sudden he's in the American League Divisional Series. Not his fault. He was bad. Catfish Hunter got a complete game, 5 hits, 1 run, a solo homer with Mike Hargrove. I'm trying to remember what this might look like, and I'm thinking it reminds me of the 1996 World Series when the Atlanta Braves went into Yankee Stadium and kicked the Yankees around 2 straight. Then they went down to Atlanta, and the Yankees won all those extra inning games, and they ripped off 4 straight wins. But something like that. I don't know. There's probably a better analogy, but yeah, A's up 3-2 after the injury-marred first couple games, the sluggish start, and now they are back clicking again. But we're in Texas. Again, 2-2, 1-1-1 format. Game 6 is in Texas. Game 7's back in Oakland. By the way, the Texas Rangers, I know they're down 3-2, but they will send winning pitchers out there. In Game 6, Jim Bibby, who won Game 1, and in Game 7, Mike Paul. They both have won. The A's will answer with Ken Holtzman, who lost, and Don Wilson, who has had a bad year up until a victory in Game 3. But today, we'll get into this now, folks. Wanted to set the table for you, and now here's the reality. Kenny Holtzman for the Oakland A's, 19-game winner with a 2.51 ERA in 265 innings in 1972. And then the Rangers will send their best. It doesn't get any better than this, Ranger fans. It's Jim Bibby. Texas Ranger in 73. I think that was before Billy Martin arrived. 9-10, 3.24 ERA in 180 innings. Doesn't give up a lot of homers. Doesn't give up a lot of hits. Gives up a lot of walks, though. Does walk a lot. He's a starter 8. Hey, we'll pitch deep. We'll probably pitch into the 8th inning with Paul Lindblad and Steve Foucault coming in. So the Rangers do have pitching today and tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. Game number 6 from Arlington, Texas Stadium. It's sold out, of course. It's sold out. It's a divisional round series. And leading off for Oakland, it'll be Claudell Washington. 46 off Bibby is double 1-5 fly ball, and it's a fly ball. Bert Campaneris, 45, single 1-6, but he gets it. Oakland has not attempted any stolen bases this series. They've been behind, haven't gotten men on in the first 2 games, and they've rolled after that, so they haven't really needed to attempt to do it. Mike Hegan, as soon as the A's put Mike Hegan and his .329 bat into the 3 spot, they have been on fire. 55, ball 4. 2 on, 1 out for Reggie. 2-6, single 1 to 8. But he gets it. They're getting it, folks. The A's are getting the lucky breaks now. That's not good. Campaneris and Jackson, chippy singles. Inning could be over. Bases loaded, 1 out. And it's Joe Rudy. A bunter, got to bring the infield up. 59, short X. Oh, boy, another ground ball to Toby Harrah. If you followed along, you know how horrible Toby Harrah has been. And when we look up, oh, my goodness, folks, it's already set up for him. This is Toby Harrah's defense. It's a reasonable defense. He's not a 4.48. He's a 3.32, but it doesn't matter. He's been horrible this year. And this is a single ... and the A's have a 2-run lead. You gotta be kidding me. How can one player be so horrible defensive in one season? If everything balances out, Toby Harrah will win Gold Gloves the next 2 years, just so he gets his lifetime fielding percentage normalized. Terrible break. 3rd terrible break so far in this inning. We have runners on the corners. 2 runners have scored, and it'll be Sal Bando. 2-5, double 1 to 5. He gets it. And it's 3-zip. 2nd and 3rd, still 1 out. Gene Tennis. 2-7, single 1 to 10. Folks, they're getting every single one. Got another one. Every chance under 10 they got. That scores another run. 4-0. On the corners, 1 out for Rusty Torres. 55, walk. Batting around, bases loaded, Dick Green. Got to bring it up, a bunter. 48, a strikeout. And back up top to Claudell Washington. Again, Jim Bibby. That's the best the Rangers got, folks. Here's the pitch to Claudell Washington. 67 is a strikeout. And that, they put a Band-Aid on that bleeding there. 4-0 Oakland for Kenny Holtzman. It'll be Toby Harrah. The good thing, Toby has gotten hits in replacement of bad fielding plays. He's been all-star shortstop because of batting average. Toby Harrah, 311, flies to right. Len Randall, 44, pops to second. Dave Full Nelson, or Half Nelson, base hit. Double-A Steeler, you're down 4 runs, so I'll just stay put. That's another problem the Rangers have. These games haven't been close, so it's slowed the speedy guys down. Harrah, Randall, Nelson, all have wheels. And it's Jeff Burrows, 66, base hit. And Tom Grieve, 212, rolls the 3rd. Top of 2, it's Bert Campaneris. 66, flies to left. Mike Keegan, 6'10". 2nd X. This is Dave Nelson. He's a 312. And he boots the ground ball. They're getting them all. Reggie, 1-6. Let's take a look. Reggie Jackson's card. They've had enough. I mean, they took the 2 defeats in games 1 and 2 very, very personally. This is a team that wanted to run the table like Secretariat and win by 23.5 lengths. And to be embarrassed by 2 losses in the Coliseum did not sit well. Reggie Jackson's MVP of 1973, 32 homers, a 293 average. He's an ace stealer. He's got a -5 arm. 1-6, homer 1 to 17, and we got a 6-0 game. Joe Rudy, 412, center. And Sal Bando, 410, 3rd X. Len Randall's a 326. It's a base hit. Gene Tennis, 45, single 1 to 6, and they missed one. So that was the first miss. 6-0 Oakland, bottom of 2. Mike Epstein, 310, center. Frank Howard, 1-9, short. Mike Hargrove, 49, double 1, base hit. Dick Billings, 5'10", catcher's X. Gene Tennis, a 40-something. 47 catcher, Pass ball, foul out. At least it's early, folks. We've got 7 more innings for the Rangers to make that Cinderella comeback. Top of the third. It's Rusty Torres, 4-12 pitcher. He had a 3 up and 3 out inning just to kind of get the team back in it and then score a couple. Then we got a ball game. That's the plan. Dick Green, 47, ball 4. So much for that plan. Claudel Washington, 4-11. Center X. This is Tom Grieve in center field. That can't be good. He's a 4-4. Hey, he makes a grab. Nice catch there, Tom. And with 2 outs, it's Bert Campaneris, 4-11. Right X. This is Burrows. He's a 4-8 in right field. I never promised you these guys could field, folks. They can't. They can't catch a cold in Texas. Runners in the corners, 2 outs, Mike Egan. 1-9 is a K. Now I also have to check for point of weakness for Bibby, which would really be a killer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 3 guys in the 4th, and that's point of weakness is how I'll score that. Moving forward. Bottom of the 3rd, Toby Hara. 33, short. Len Randall, 36. Homer, 1-5, fly ball. Fly ball. Dave Nelson, 57. Short X, Campaneris, 2. E27 makes the play. Reggie, 66 is a K. Joe Rudy, 68, center. And Bando, 35 is a walk. Gene Tennis, 1-9 is a base hit. And with 2 outs, got to get this guy out or you're gone. It's Rusty Torres. He's a 2. No, he's not a 2. He's a 1. He's a 187 hitter. 5-11 is a strikeout. And Bibby will continue. Bottom of the 4th, Jeff Burrows. 210, single 1-5. No, 210 is fly ball to left against a lefty. That's right. Tom Grieve, 62, rolls to first. Mike Epstein, former A, 35 is a walk. Boy, he's ticked. You got to figure Mike Epstein and Lindblad are ticked because they had these guys. And they just let it slip away, folks. Frank Howard, and what could be his final season here. 68, flies to right. At least his final season with the Rangers. Top of the 5th, it'll be Dick Green. 210. Homer, 1-7. That is gone. Matter of fact, it's probably as far a ball as Dick Green can hit. Rolling a 1 on his 210 homer roll for a guy who had 3 home runs, 380 plate appearances. 7-zip. Claudel Washington, 68 is a K. Bert Habaneris, 52. Skies the center. Mike Hegan, 34. Strikes out. But it's 7-zip. Bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, folks. It'll be Mike Hargrove. 67, skies are right. Dick Billings, 6'11". Pitcher X, Holtzman, E6. It's a base hit. Back up top to Toby Hara. 1-3 is a 6. 4-3 double play. So tough to let this slip through your fingers here. 7-zip. Top of the 6th inning. It's Reggie. 2-4 flies to right. Joe Rudy, 5'11", second X. 3-12 makes the play. And Bando, 44, homer 1-18. It is gone again. Oakland has retooled the machine for round 2 of the beatdown, 2024 beatdown. It stalled out for a couple days, and then they've got the machine cranked up again, looking for a 4-game winning streak here, with plenty of league championship and World Series games on the horizon, it seems. Gene Tennis, 45, single 1-6. He lines out. 8-zip. In an elimination game, bottom of the 6th, Kenny Holtzman has given up 4 singles and a walk. Len Randall, 2-7, there's a single. Again, not going to run. Dave Nelson, 64, third X. Bando, don't hit no double play. He's a 2E22 at third. And he kicks the ball. We have Life in Texas. 2 on for Burroughs. Even when they were winning, Burroughs has really struggled the whole series. He's your American League MVP. And you don't think that ticks off Reggie and some of these other Oakland players? A lot of those are stats that he just piles on because the Rangers are playing in so many games because they're around 500. Oakland doesn't accumulate a lot of stats because they wipe their opponents out and don't play enough games. But, yeah, Burroughs gets the MVP for a team that finishes 5 over 500, and the Oakland finished with the best record in the entire sport, 15 over 500. Let's take a look at that Burroughs card, too, since we're at it. This is the 73 card. He was the MVP in 74, which is why I leaned to voting for him, because he also had the stats to back it up this year. I prefer the 73 over the 74 card because he gets 30 home runs. So with 2 on, nobody out, chance to make this a ball game. Here is the pitch to Jeff Burroughs. 67 is a pop to first. It continues. Tom Grieve. 48 is a strikeout, and it's all up to Mike Epstein. Let's take a look at him. Epstein, this is an Oakland A card of 1972. 26 home runs and a 270 average. He's the second best batting average on the team. The 26 homers is probably second to Reggie. I don't even know if Oakland wins that 72 World Series without Mike Epstein. A lot of people don't remember him. In the big dynasty age, you remember Rudy and Bando and Campaneris and Reggie and Gene Tennis, but a lot of people don't remember Epstein's contribution. 2 on, 2 outs. The pitch to Mike Epstein. 58, short X. Gotta get this. He's a 2E27 shortstop. And they do. They get an error and hold the fort here now. Oakland's starting to kick it defensively. A single, errors by Bando and Campaneris. They're loaded, and it's Frank Howard. Let's take a look at the longtime Washington Senator. He just got on the plane and flew out to Texas during the relocation. I don't think he did in real life. I think he went straight to the Detroit Tigers instead of going to the Texas Rangers. But we kept him in Texas. He's had a fun ride. In 72, 10 homers and with a 244 average. Having a real difficult year. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Trying to make this a ball game. The pitch to Frank Howard. 1-4. Just misses and skies to center field. 1 dice roll off of a grand slam. We go to the 7th. It'll be Rusty Torres. 68 is a K. Dick Green, 1-7, single 1 of 10, does not get it. Claudel Washington, 35, is a single. He'll attempt a stolen base, up 8 runs. He's in there. T rating of Billings. Oh, he got it. He's on third base. Ball sails into center field. And it's Campaneris. 59. Short X. Oh, boy. Toby Hare, please make a play. Oh, there it is. He makes the play on the ground ball. He's 50-50 today. Not bad. Inning's over. 8-0 game. By the way, Oakland's going to put... No, they're not going to change their defense. They're going to leave it alone. Stretch time here in Texas. We are listening to the 76 Tejas LP by ZZ Top. My favorite one, I think. Didn't have a hit on this one, but It's Only Love. I mean, there's some really good studio work on this thing, I think. Kind of reminds me a little bit like a what's that one Stones record? that came out in '74 that everybody hates. Kind of reminds me of that record every once in a while. But anyway, I'll digress. I'll figure that out and get to it later in the post game. Anyway, 8-0, bottom of the 7th inning. Ken Holtzman will continue, and it'll be Mike Hargrove. 67 flies to right. It's only rock and roll. Yeah, I think that one. Not black and blue. The one before black and blue. I think it's only rock and roll. That's the one people didn't like. I'll find it on Spotify during the break. Dick Billings, 39, Lions the third. And it's Toby Hara, 43, first X. Mike Hegan's a 2E10. And he makes an error. So we have errors to go through the Oakland infield. Only Dick Green has come out unscathed thus far. Bando, Campaneris, and Hegan have all kicked the ground ball. There's still no runs on the scoreboard. It's Len Randall. 37, bouncer to short. My goodness, Kenny Holtzman could care less about his rocky infield. He has got an 8-0 lead. We've seen enough of Jim Bibby. We're going to go to Paul Lindblad, another former Oakland A. God, he's got to be ticked off that they're losing a series now. 74, he got a World Series ring for the Oakland A's. He's not now. 4-4 with a 2.05 ERA and 101 innings. Relief 4 lefties are like gold in this sport, folks. My goodness, get yourself a relief 4, a lefty. Top of the 8th, it'll be Mike Hegan. 4-10, third X. This is Len Randall, 326. He makes the play. Reggie, 2-6, base hit. Joe Rudy, 46, another base hit. 2 on. Bando, 2-2, fielder's choice. On the corners, 2 outs. Gene Tennis strikes out. My goodness. Bottom of the 8th inning, Kenny Holtzman throwing a shutout with some errors mixed in there. I mean, he's gotten 10 outs in these, 9 outs in these 2 innings. Dave Nelson, 37 is a K. You make 3 errors and you win the baseball game and a pass ball. Jeff Burrows, 65 center. Tom Grieve, 38. Nothing. K's. 9th inning. Man, Rangers, you're making me look bad. I tell you, I dialed you in for 2 wins in the first 2 games. And then you started to look at your strat cards and realize how overmatched you are. And about to rip off 4 straight losses. Rusty Torres, 66 is a K. Dick Green, 2-7 is a K. And back up top to Claudel, 5-12, ground ball back to the mound. By the way, that was off of Steve Foucault. I didn't even show you his card. That's no big deal, but he pitched the 9th inning for what it's worth. Bottom of the 9th. Are we going to let him go for a complete game? Sure. Mike Epstein, just to rub it in. 3-10, flies to center. Frank Howard, 1-8, grounds to short. And Mike Hargrove, 39 walks. And Dick Billings, 34. Grounds to third. Well, that thing was way over here. 11-1 in game 4, in game 5, was it? Yeah, and then 8-0. Yeah. So first you had the Oakland A's, and now you got the pissed off Oakland A's. You got the ticked off Oakland A's. And now the American League and the National League, you got to be shaking a little bit. I mean, they were on the ropes, 0-2 at home, and playing the team on their schedule, as we like to say. 6 earned runs, walked 4, struck out 8. Complete game shutout for Ken Holtzman with a bunch of errors in there. 5 singles. Yeah, 5 singles, 3 errors, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Complete game. 1-9. Bibby takes a loss. 109, 814.05, 814.05, 411.23, 234.11. We'll take this right to the post game. No need to hesitate here. And you know, here's the good news. The good news is that the two best teams in the American League are going to play for a right to go to the World Series. And who could ask for more than that, folks? And skeptics will say, yeah, but they're the White Sox. And I'm telling you right now, the White Sox are right there, eyeball to eyeball, staring straight at them. You know, straight at them. They're not looking up at them. They're not saluting them. No, sir. They are looking eyeball to eyeball to Oakland. They're saying, what do you got? I got a guy for your guy. Even Steven. That's what the White Sox are chanting. They ain't care about the A's. They don't give a crap about Oakland. Texas finishes the year 25-22. That's nice. It really was a nice year for Billy Martin. That was probably the winning percentage the 74 Rangers had their first winning season in Arlington. And the stats are pretty darn good, folks. They get 272 with a 368 earned run average. That pitching staff, you know, Bibby was 5-5, Mike Paul's 5-5, Steve Perzanowski 6-5, Bill Hands 4-3. Clyde and the bullpen had slightly below 500 records. Burroughs finishes with 13 homers and 39 RBIs. Your Oakland A's are probably 17 over 500. Yeah, they're 27-10. Oakland is hitting 281 with a 314 earned run average. And a lot of these stats are when the game is already decided. So guys are getting in with worthless at-bats. Pitchers are giving up garbage runs. So you have to figure they're a better hitting team and better pitching team than those stats would indicate. Catfish Hunter, 11-1 in 98 innings. Only 3 complete games. Keeps getting, and Holtzman, 3 complete games. They keep getting pulled with leads to conserve their innings. 18-4. Meanwhile, Don Wilson and Al Downing, this is what the White Sox have to capitalize on. Don Wilson's 3-4. Al Downing's 2-1. Raleigh Fingers is 13 saves. No Oakland player, well, actually, Gene Tennis has 9 home runs and 35 RBIs to lead the club. One of the reasons why Reggie wasn't the MVP is that he doesn't lead his own club in homer and RBI, but he's tied in stolen bases with Bert Campaneris. So 27-10, 25-22. We'll go here, put this matchup in the books. Oakland does indeed win the series 4-2. They're 17 over 500. And Texas finishes 25-22. And so we know now that Oakland will host. Last year, Baltimore and Detroit played in the American League Championship Series. This year, Oakland's hosting it, 17 over 500. And the White Sox are 11 over 500. There they are. So a little bit better performances, a little bit better, stronger teams. Maybe the American League is a little bit better this year than they were last year when Pittsburgh won the World Series. White Sox and Oakland in the American League Championship Series. But for now, give them their due, folks. The Oakland A's down 0-2 at home, about to get embarrassed. They just flip a switch, and they roll the team on their schedule. You're in our way. Sorry, street pizza. Just punch the gas, and the Rangers are under the asphalt. That's an ugly picture. Oh, yeah. What else am I supposed to do here? Yeah. I think I got it. Folks. One last little tidbit, last little bit of bookkeeping here. I think I got to, find that record that I was talking about. Oh, they got 10,000 of them, don't they? From the last century, guys. Come on. Where is it? No. Yeah, this one. It's only rock and roll. Yeah, this is, there's some, yeah, this is the record this and Tejas, to me, have a lot of similar stuff going on in it. So, yeah. I'll leave you with that. That's a trivia question I had posted at the 7th inning stretch. But anyway, back to that. Thanks you, Oakland A's. You're going to the league championship against the White Sox. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you next time.